When you do tarot, are you talking to the devil? Are you doing something sinister, dark? Does it always predict the future correctly? Is it always set in stone? Do you have to have special powers in order to do tarot? Today, I'm going to be talking about some very common tarot myths and misconceptions and debunking them. First, hi, my name is Ivy. Welcome to my channel. This channel is all about witchy stuff, tarot, and the paranormal. So if you are into one or all three of those things, please hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to be notified when I post. Anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get on with it. Number one, the first thing that we're going to talk about is that when you do tarot, you're talking to the devil or some dark entity. So, no. That's the short and simple answer is no. That's not true. You can reach out to whomever you want when you are doing tarot. So if you wanted to talk to some sort of darker entity, you are able to do that if that is what you are aiming for. However, most of the time people are not doing it for that reason. Most of the time when people are getting tarot done, it's just because they want to know more about themselves, get some advice. It's honestly usually a very positive thing. When you do tarot, most of the time people are either talking to their subconscious mind. That is the more scientific answer, I guess, is that you are talking to your subconscious, so all the answers that you are receiving is from a subconscious perspective. However, there are a lot of entities that people reach out to in order to obtain this information. For example, some people believe in their higher self. Some people even have a conversation with God when they are doing the tarot, because that is who they are reaching out to. That is the energy that they are reaching out to. Me, I usually talk to my spirit guides or deities, or sometimes even my higher self. Point is, whatever you are directing that energy towards, whoever it is that you are aiming to communicate with, that is the energy that you are working with when you are using the tarot. So if you wanted to use it for something amazing and lighthearted, of course you could do that. Most of the times, that is exactly what it is. Some people do work with darker entities. Then you can do that too. The next myth that we're going to talk about is that tarot always predicts the future and that it is set in stone. Honestly, tarot is a tool that you can use mostly for advice on what to do in a current situation. It lets you see outside the lines what exactly is going on. For example, if you are feeling a certain type of way and you want to know what the next steps are or how you can overcome this state of being that you are in, you are able to do so. If you wanted to see the future, then that is fine. You are able to do so as well. However, it's not always going to be accurate, because the thing is that we, all humans, all beings, all species, have free will. So if you make a choice now in the present, it could be any little thing. It could literally change your whole future. I'm sure that a lot of people are familiar with the butterfly effect, which is a butterfly flaps its wings and then a tsunami hits the other side of the world. Basically what that means is that one little decision that you make can change the rest of your life. We see that time and time again with countless movies, TV shows, books, and the same is true with real life. One little decision, if you think about your life and if you think about how it got to where it is now, you can see that it all started with a little decision. You made the decision to throw in an application for a job that you weren't even thinking about getting. You end up going to the bar instead of staying home. And then you meet the man that you marry. Little decisions like that can change the future entirely. And because everyone has that free will, the future is not set in stone, and tarot may not always predict what is going to happen. The next myth that I want to talk about is that you have to have special or psychic powers in order to do tarot. Honestly, everyone has a supernatural sixth sense ability. We all have a third eye chakra. We all have that ability to see things, to understand things, to have those psychic powers. So it's not that one person is more special than the other person. We all have the ability to open up our senses like that. However, for some people, their third eye just never closed, versus a lot of other people whose third eye did shut and they're not sure how to open it back up. But in the end, we all have that ability. We all have the ability to open up our third eye. Essentially, no, you don't need to have superpowers. You don't need to have special powers. You don't need to be this grand psychic in order to do tarot. In fact, if you start doing tarot when your third eye, when you don't have psychic powers, that actually helps to open up your third eye. The more you practice it, the more and more your third eye begins to open. The more and more your psychic abilities are able to come forward and come through you. Why? Because you are opening yourself up to it. You are exercising a muscle that has not been exercised in a very, very long time. So, no, you don't need special powers, but in fact, if you did want psychic powers, doing the tarot does help with that. The next myth that I want to talk about is that tarot only tells you bad news. For some reason, I don't know why this is like a common thing, and I think this is something that my mom always believed in too growing up, is that tarot only tells you bad things. Tarot only tells you when you're gonna die. Tarot only tells you when you're gonna have this horrible accident, when that in fact is not true at all. Tarot can give you advice in your hardest times. When I was going through a really hard time in my life, tarot is actually what got me through it. I don't know where I would be in this point in my life if I had not started to get tarot readings and started learning tarot myself, because it saved me that much. It was a light at the end of the tunnel when I only saw darkness, and for a lot of people that is what it is. It is a light shining on darkness. It is a piece of advice. It is a way forward. And so I don't know where this whole you only get bad news comes from. I don't know if it stems from religious beliefs of people that don't even really know about it, but that is not the case at all. The next thing that I want to talk about is the myth that the death card means literal death. Okay, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this comes from movies and, you know, media and all that stuff. But the death card does not mean literal death. If it is a literal death, the chance of that happening is like 1 in a million. It's very, very, very minimal for it to mean literal death. The death card literally just means the end of a phase in your life that no longer is serving you. It could be the end of a relationship that you no longer need in your life. It could be the end of a friendship that was toxic. It could be the end of a career that was holding you back. It is the end of something that no longer serves you in this life and in your path in order for you to grow. So it's ending in order for something new to begin, in order for the new phase, your new growth, some expansion to come through. So I don't know where that belief comes from, but that is not true at all. Anyways, you guys, that is it. I hope I debunked a lot of those myths for you. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to comment down below. If you have any questions, if you want me to do another video, another part, or covering more questions or anything like that, please let me know down in the comments as well, or you can message me on Instagram. I am at thewitchypreneur, the same way that it's spelled here. I will post all my links down below, as well as if you wanted a reading, I do offer readings as well. So that will all be down below as well. Also, I do offer a program called the Hierophant program, which is basically where if you wanted to grow your witchy social media page or your supernatural social media page on Instagram, I would be able to help you do so by teaching you graphics and how to film videos and reels. So if you wanted to join that, I will post that link down below as well. And lastly, but certainly not least, if you guys love reading, I do have a second YouTube channel called The Geek Goddess, Wendy the Geek Goddess, where I talk all about books and stuff. So if you wanted to check that out, I will link that down below as well. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!